Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group number 3. We'll present to you regarding to the topic of North Korea and the South Korea tension. Firstly, let me introduce my name first. My name is Nur Khadijah binti Sarkam, and I will explain about the backgrounds and the actors that involved in the North Korea and the South Korea tension. Okay, firstly, this conflict was happened between the Democratic of People, which is the North Korea and the South Korean. It was affected almost 2.5 million of people who have lost their life. It is due to the South Korea was practicing a liberalism, meanwhile for the North Korea was practicing a communism. It is clearly shown that both of these Koreans was have their own ideology, which is different ideology that lead to the tension happen. This tension or this conflict was known as the Korean War, which is began from the Civil War of 1950 until 1953 and at the Korean Peninsula. In the South Korea, it well known as the June 25 of War, although in the North Korea was officially declared that this war was a Korean War. When the two Korean, which is the North Korea and the South Korea, having a different ideology and have a tension between both of them, these two countries also get their external support from the other country, which is the United States or the United Nations. With the United States was help or play a major help the South Korea. Meanwhile, for the North Korea, they was be helped by the Republic of China. Alright, so we all know that the tension between North Korea and the South Korea due to the different ideology. So for the actors that involved in this North Korea and the South Korea tension, they have three major actors. Firstly, North Korea. Secondly, South Korea, and the last one is United States of America. Alright, firstly, United States of America. United States of America was include the English, Canada, and the Australia. It was claimed that they was from a capitalist group that was arise to beat the communism of the group. This United States of America was also a part from the United Nations Security Council that they was want to take the Korean Peninsula. For the North Korea was they was started the provoke by the border in 1949, and then the North Korea troop broke the frontier liner and immediately attacked the South Korea with the intention they want to unite the two Koreans. The two Koreans here means the North Korea and the South Korea, but that was not lead to the united of these two Korea. It also lead to the create tension between both of them. And the last actors is the North Korea. The North Korea here, they was reported the incidents to the United Nations Security Council, or we all known as the PBB, to get the security from that particular party. They was claimed that they need the security to ensure that their state did not be attacked by the North Korea again. So that is the three major roles in this North Korea and the South Korea tensions.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. My name is Amira Balkis binti Muhammad Zaidi. So I want to talk about the chronologies of the Korean War start from 2010 until 2018. On November 23, 2010, the Yongbyon bombing was an artillery engagement between North Korea and South Korean troops. After training, South Korean artillery in the southern waters, North Korean force fired about 170 missiles and artillery rockets at Yongbyon Island. The shooting causes damage to the island and killing 4 South Korean and injuring 19 people. United Nations has declared it one of the most serious incidents since the end of the Korean War. On August 20, 2015, Kim Jong-un ordered his military unit to go to the semi-war country after South Korea said the two Koreas had exchanged rocket and artillery. No casualties have been reported from the exchange of gunfire, but the tension remained high because the president of the North Korea ordered his frontline unit to prepare to attack South Korean speakers along the border unless they stop broadcasting propaganda. So we move to the 9 October 2016. North Korea continued to pursue the development of nuclear and ballistic missile program, capable of hitting targets in Japan, South Korea, and the United Nations. It performed the first successful nuclear test. North Korea says that the test has allowed them to confirm that the explosion can be mounted to the missile and to confirm the strength of the explosion. On September 3, 2017, Pyongyang doubled its ballistic missile test and conducted its sixth and largest nuclear test. North Korea claims to have been able to test a nuclear bomb, also known as a hydrogen bomb. The test was reported as a perfect breakthrough by the North Korea authorities. On 21 September 2017, South Korea wants United Nations to play more roles on the Korean Peninsula. The most important role that the United Nations needs to play is to come up with fundamental measures to stop the vicious cycle of increased provocation and heightened sanctions. South Korea clearly state that they did not want to begin war again between them, but just want to give warning to the North Korea. The tension that North Korea creates is too intensive and accidental military clashes. On November 2017, Seoul imposed new unilateral sanctions, putting 20 North Korean organizations, including banks, on the blacklist. These measures are in addition to new sanctions by the United Nations. On January 3, 2018, South Korea reopened its cross-borders hotline because North Korea will send athletes and cheerleaders to the Winter Olympics in South Korea. The deal is a cautious diplomatic breakthrough after months of tension over Pyongyang nuclear weapons program and comes with a promise to reopen the military hotline and hold further discussion to reduce the possibility of a conflict arising out of an accident. So lastly, in January 5, 2018, North and South Korea will hold official talk for the first time in more than 2 years after the Pyongyang accepts Seoul bid for a dialogue. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Sir Ahmad Shah. My name is Laila Nabihar binti Muhammad Nur and I am from AM 2284K Group 3. Today I'm going to present regarding the chronology or the timelines of the tensions between North Korea and South Korea, where the first incidents took place in January 21, 1968, where a troops of 31 North Korean army were sent to assassinate South Korea president that time, that is President Park Chung-hee, but that assassinations were intercepted by the South Korea security. All of the assassinators were killed, only one was arrested. Next event happened in August 18, 1976, where the North Korean army has killed 2 of the US soldiers in the Korean demilitarized zone during the tree planting incidents. The tree planting incidents is to symbolize a peace bidding between North Korea and South Korea, but due to that killing, it has become a booster of an intense war between the North Korea and South Korea. Next event happened in October 9, 1983, where there was another attempt of assassinations to the South Korea presidents, where that time is President Chung Do-hwan, that take place at Yangon, Myanmar. That assassinations of boom attack has killed 21 people, including the government minister, but the president itself is survived. Next incidents happened in November 29, 1987, where a Korean air flight exploded in Andaman Sea because there was an accusation that there was involvement of North Korea, where they planted a bomb in that airplane that killed 115 people. Next event happened in September 18, 1996, where a North Korea submarine was on a spy mission at the eastern part of South Korea, that is Gangneung. After 45 days of searching, they found that 24 crew members of the submarine and also the intruders were killed. Next event happened in June 15, 1999, where the South Korea and North Korea naval vessels collide from Yeonpyeon Island in South Korea. The North Korea casualties are estimated at about 50 people. Last but not least is in March 26, 2010, where the South Korean coroner Cheong-nai drowned, and that event has killed 45 people. International investigations took place concluded that there was involvement of North Korea as it was penetrated by the North Korea submarine, but the North Korea Pyongyang denied the charge. That's it, sir. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hazira binti Isaruddin and I am from AM2284K. So in today's video, I would like to explain more about the factor between North and South Korea tension. So the main factor that caused this tension was because of the differences in ideologies. So as we know, during Cold War, North Korea, they were protected by the Soviet Union. Meanwhile, for South Korea, they were protected by the United States of America. So we know that those two major powers, they implying different types of ideologies. For Soviet Union, they are implying communism, and for United States, they are more towards liberalism. So that is why North Korea now, they are implying communism, and vice versa. Like South Korea, they are implying liberalism. And then the second major factor is during Korean War that took place in 1951 till 1953, and in that war people were killed, and the amount of people killed was massive. And in that Korean War too, the North Korea, they were trying to kill the president of South Korea, Park Chung-hee, but the mission failed. And that tension did not stop just like that. It continues in 1998, which in that year, South Korea, they were introducing this one policy called Sunshine Policy together with North Korea. And the South Korea also provided economic assistance to North Korea. And they also held the same flag together in 2000 and 2004 Olympic, but unfortunately the policy was ended because in 2006 Kim Jong II, he launched a missile, and the intention was to blackmail the United States of America. In addition to this tension, in 2010, the North Korea has sunk a military ship of South Korea, and also North Korea bombed Yeonpyeon Island in South Korea. And the last factor of this tension is because of the major powers countries such as Japan, Russia, China, USA. These countries, they are afraid of the reunification of Korea, because if Korea reunited, they will become a huge power that can be a threat to those major powers. And especially for Japan are so worried that the united Korea will join China, and they will threaten the position of Japan in the world. Thank you.
Next, for the recommendations according to the South Korea and North Korea tensions. The first one recommendations is by implement the fractionalizations. The fractionalizations is the tactic can be used in this conflict because there is a huge number of people in the both of states who did not see their families since the end of the war in 1951. Since the both of the states are considered as enemy, the citizens are not allowed to visit their family. The people of two Korea were a nation before the war and they still share the same values and the culture. So by opening the border and allow them to visit their family, it will serve the tensions. Okay, we proceed to the second recommendations according to the South Korea and North Korea tensions is by applying the better than that method. This means this tactic could be used by the North Korea since it does not want to lose their nuclear. North Korea government can find some point that it thinks that they unfair toward it and ask for better offers with more benefits for it. Using these solutions will help to pass the hardest in the negotiations, which is the North Korea nuclear program. However, this solution could work for a short term, but will not for the longer time. Okay, next for the third one's recommendations according to the South Korea and North Korea tensions is by applying the Anger method. Because of the not inline relations between the two states in terms of the military sector, these solutions could be used by the North Korea government. North Korea military force have more than 5,200 combat tanks and more than 200 helicopters. This huge military power could help these solutions to success because it gives a high level of credibility for the anger of North Korea. For the conclusions, we can find out from this research that these tensions and the ideology from the both of the governments are different. However, each of them has its own advantage and disadvantage, but all of them could be useful if they were used in the right way by appropriate management. That's all from us. Thank you.